And how are you? This program is brought to you by City Government of Addis Ababa Education Bureau in collaboration with Addis Media Network. This is grade 5 English language home tutorial class. It is prepared by Abdullah Gobana. Students, since this one is the first day of our lesson, it is better if we have some ground rules. Let's have some ground rules. Students, first, you have to be ready, okay? Be ready and relax yourself. And the second one, be punctual, okay? And use your time wisely. Time wisely. And the third one is, you had better use notebook. And write important points. Important points. And the last ground rule should be, please, do all activities. All activities properly. Okay, students? All right. Students' parents, please don't forget to help them, okay? Try to encourage the children attempt. Even if they made mistake, please don't demoralize them. Okay, they can do after certain practice. Thank you. Okay, students, so you have to apply these ground rules for all our classes, okay? Nice. Student, today, this is the first day of our lesson. So it is better if we will start from greeting and introduction, okay? So look, our today's lesson is just about greetings and introductions. And introductions. Okay, students, I hope you're familiar with this point. So, before we go to the lesson, let's say something about specific objectives, okay? At the end of today's lesson, you are going to use some important expressions to greet someone else. And then you are going to use some important words or maybe phrases which you use to introduce yourself and to introduce others. Okay? Then on the last one, you are going to greet someone and introduce yourself, okay? Thank you. I hope you are ready. Nice. So, student, do you know what greeting means? Yeah? All right. Greeting means welcoming someone. Welcoming someone. In a good or friendly manner. Friendly manner. Example. Shaking hands. Another one is just waving hands. Hugging. Hugging, yeah? And maybe another one, bowing also can be considered as the ways we greet with someone, okay? Bowing also indicates the way we greet with someone else. Okay, students? Here, when we say shaking hands, just we mean that, just exchanging the greeting in such ways, okay? Another one is waving hands. We can say hi, hello, how are you? Just waving means just making your hands like this. Nice student. Another one is hugging. Do you know what hugging means? Hugging means just embracing or maybe hugging your friends, your mother, and it shows joyness or maybe happiness, okay? If you're happy, if you're maybe in joyful ways, you can hug your mother, maybe your father, just like that, okay? Another one is bowing to show respect, okay? That's mean we said bowing. Okay, students, I hope it's clear, yeah? Nice. Okay, let's go to about just the word that we use if you want to greet with someone. Some expressions here. Some important expressions, or maybe it can be said phrases to greet with someone else. With someone else. We can use different expressions, just like good morning. Good afternoon. And also we can say here, good evening. Good evening. Hi. Hello. Hey. We can say here, hey. How are you? How are you? And then we can say, how do you do? How do you do? Okay, students, I hope you're familiar with these expressions, just like good morning, how are you, and hey, hello, and so forth, okay? Among them, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening is the way we greet with someone just in formal ways. In formal ways, yeah? Formal ways means in polite expressions we can use such kinds of words. Maybe you can use also with your close related friends, okay? Another one is just, how are you? This one is also informal expressions. What about hi? Hi, hello, and also hey can be used to express informal expressions. Informal expressions that we use to greet with our close friends, okay? Nice. So what about how do you do? How do you do is just the ways we greet with someone in formal ways, okay? Especially when you meet with someone, you meet with someone for the first time. For the first time, we can use such kinds of expressions, okay? How do you do? Can be used if you meet with another person or maybe with someone for the first time. Am I right? Good student. So, if someone says, good afternoon, let me give this one as just a sample of dialogue. Mr. A and just Mr. B are talking together. Here, if Mr. A says good morning, what will Mr. B says? What about good afternoon? Good afternoon. Good evening. Yes, hey, hi, hello, and also, how are you? How are you? And how do you do? What the response will be? Students, please, I hope you're familiar with this one. If someone says good morning, you respond also what? Good morning, yeah. Good morning. This means if Mr. A says good morning, Mr. B also should say good morning. What about good afternoon? The same, okay? So we have to say good afternoon as it is. Good afternoon. What about good evening? If someone says good evening, you have also say what? Good evening as it is. Good evening. What about hey? Hey, you have to say also what? Hey. Or we can say hi. Or maybe if you want, you can say hello. It's possible, okay? What about hi? The same is true with this one. If someone says hi, most of the time we say hi, okay? And also we can say maybe hello. Can be said, doesn't matter. We can say hello. What about hello? If you say hello to your friend, he or she also can say what? Hello. Hi. It's possible. What about how are you? Yes? Please, for 30 seconds, try to complete this one. Do it. Nice. I hope you did it, okay? How are you? If someone says, how are you? Your response should be what? I'm fine, thank you. I'm fine, thank you. Maybe sometimes in informal expressions we can say, fine, I'm okay, I'm good, also possible, okay? In informal expressions. What about how do you do? How do you, do should be here. How do you do? Yes? When you say here, how do you do? The response should be, how do you do, okay? Don't forget this one. How do you do? The response also the same, because we meet with someone for the first time. Especially, this one is used in British English. Okay? Nice students. Come on. Let's go to the next point here. What about if someone says, what about if someone says, nice to meet you? Nice to meet you. You have to say what? Nice to meet you too. To meet you too. Nice to meet you. Don't forget, please. You have to add here. To means also, as we mean also, okay? Nice to meet you too. And also this means, nice to meet you means pleased to meet you. Happy to meet you, okay? Nice to see you. Come on. So let's go to about introductions. Introductions. When we say introduction here, we're just introducing ourselves with others, or maybe we're introducing someone with somebody else. Okay? So, This can be classified into two. Let's classify this one into two. The first one is self-introduction. Self-introduction or self-introducing. Self-introducing. The other one is other. Other introducing. Okay, nice students. When we say self-introducing, what do we mean? Self means if you're talking about yourself. Maybe in singular ways, maybe in group, okay? Nice students. So what kinds of phrases do we use here in self-introducing? Yes, we have to say, my name is. Okay? My name is. Another one is, I am. We are. I was. I have, or maybe we can say we have. Then we can say we are from, or I am from is possible. Okay, we can say something about such kinds of self-introduction in such ways. What about other introducing? If you want to introduce someone with another person, maybe with your parents, maybe with your teacher, with your friend, and so forth. So introducing, or maybe other introduction, maybe can be started from here, his name is, or her name is, can be said, she was born, and maybe we can say they are. They are. He has. She likes, or he likes, they like, can be said. And in such ways, we can introduce others with someone else, okay? And also maybe you can say, they were, in past case. So, if you want to introduce someone, you have to start from. We have to start from what? Let me introduce. Let me introduce myself. Let me introduce myself. What about others? You can say, let me introduce my friend. Let me introduce my friend, my brother, my mother is possible. You can use such kinds of expressions at the beginning, okay? At the beginning of your speech, you can say, let me introduce myself. Then, my name is. Am. We are. I was. I have. We are from is possible. Okay? I hope this one is clear. Nice. So, now let's go to about the dialogue. Activity 1. A sample of a dialogue. Of a dialogue. We can say a dialogue or a dialogue is also possible. Okay, come on here. Let's see, Amina and Hailu is just talking together. Amina says, what is your name? What is your name? Student, I hope you're writing because this one is activities, okay? We have said earlier, we have to do all activities, okay? To do these activities, maybe you have few minutes, okay? Do it. So, what is your name? Amina then again says, how old are you? Are you? Because we are talking about self-introduction, okay? Hailu will say, blank. What will the response be? Amina, say it again. How many brothers and sisters do you have? Brothers and sisters do you have? Okay. Hello says blank. Okay, come on, students. To do this activity, you have only 1 minute. Okay? Don't forget, you have only 1 minute. So do it with a given time. Students' parents, please don't forget to help them. Nice, I hope you did it. Nice, nice student. So what is your name if you say it? Hey, you should say what? Yes, my name is. My name is Hailu. How old are you? How old are you? Hailu maybe can say, I am 12 years old. Years old. It depends, okay? It depends. How many brothers and sisters do you have? Yes? You should say, I have, okay? I have 1 brother. And 2 sisters. Okay, it depends when maybe if he doesn't have brother, he can say, I don't have brother and I have 1 sister can be said, okay? It depends on the Hailu's brother and sisters. I hope this one is clear because we're talking about ourselves. Isn't it? Nice student. So let's go to about other introductions. Other introductions. As we've said earlier, when we are just introducing our friends, our parents, or someone with another person, we have to use the expression just like he is, she is, her name is, she was born, she came from, okay? So, for example, we can say here, let me introduce my friend. His name is, look, his name is Omar. He was born in 2010. He has 2 sisters. We can say he is grade 2 student. Grade 2 student. Look, just we are introducing others, okay, by starting from let me introduce. Maybe in such kinds of words we can use, do you know about the words which can be said a spoken language and written language? Look, When we are saying and when we are writing, maybe they have different sounds. For example, in spoken language, most of the time we can say here, let me introduce. Look, I said, let me, okay? Let me. Here, when it is in written form, we have to say, let me, okay? Let me introduce. This one is in contracted form. We can say, she is here. She is. But here, we have to say what? She is. Okay? Here we have to say, they are. And here we have to say, they are. Okay? This one is in long ways, but this one is in short ways. This means that is written in what? In contracted form. Okay? So we can use such kinds of expression if you're just talking about your sister, your brothers, and so forth. Okay, students, let me give you an activity about introducing others. Activity 2. Activity 2. Complete this dialogue. This dialogue with appropriate answer. Okay, good. Students, number 1. Let's say Mr. Alamu and Mr. Robson is just talking together. Mr. Alamu said, what is your friend's name? What could Alamu say? Robson says, yeah? Alamu said again, how many brothers and sisters he has? Robson said blank. Then Alamu said again, what is his grade? His grade. Robson said, blank. The last one. Alamu asked it again, how old he is. Robson should answer maybe something, okay? Students, please complete this one. To complete this blank spaces, you have only 2 minutes, okay? Bravo. Students' parents, please help them. Perfect. Nice. I hope you did it. Nice, student. So, okay, what is your friend's name? What is your friend's name? Robson could say what? His name. His name is, because we are just talking about introducing others, okay? His name is Jamal. How many brothers and sisters he has? Yes, we have to say he has. So, you can say he has. He has, okay? He has or he has can be said in spoken and in written form. He has 2 brothers. Brothers and 1 sister. What about Alamu here? What is his grade? Yes, he is, or we can say he is in grade. He is in grade 5. He's in grade 5. How old he is? How old he is? Yes, we can say he is 12 years old. Before we summarize what we have talked, let's say something about maybe what we mentioned earlier about spoken and written language. Written language and spoken language. Do you know that? Nice. Look, when we say spoken language, just we mean that something which is shortened, okay? You can say, let me, okay? To say what? To say, let me. I'm, here we can say am. If you want to say, I am. You say what? I am. Another one is here, I have. When we want to say here, I have, we can say have. In written forms means in formal ways, we have to say I have. What is another expressions here? We can say we are. We are. We are means here we are can be said. We are, we are. Yes, another one is here. She is. To say she is, we can say she is. She is. This means it can be she is, or sometimes we can say she has. Okay? She is means she is. When we say here she has, we can say she has. That is in written and in spoken ways. Am I clear? Good student. Then and also we can say here they are. They are. We mean that they are. Okay? Nice. So students, that's all about today's lesson. Okay? To summarize what we have learned today we have talked about greeting and introduction. Isn't it? Bravo. Here, greeting means just welcoming someone in a good manner or in a friendly ways. I hope I'm clear. Nice. And also we've talked about introduction. We classified them into 2, self-introduction and other introduction. In self-introduction, we can use different kinds of phrases, just like I am. My name is. Have. I was born. We have. We are. I live in, and so forth, okay? But in other introduction, or introducing others, we can say he is, or she is, she has, they have, they are, they were, and so forth. Isn't it? Bravo, student. That's all about today's lesson. Thank you. See you.
Right, thank you, Mike. Just a couple left to go in. The Japanese runner, Mandarin Hero, taking his spot in the starting gate. Disarm steps up, and the last one will be